Oh, what's going on, crew? Yeah, this is G Fast here. We got one. Hey, Wrangler, bro. He nails old dumb waiter to the wall on this one. This is a gotta see. So let's get this one started. Yeah, it's not gonna start itself, huh? But
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
there we go.
Like all these things going around, they're saying, for public safety, you're such a liar, you know.
Then they've obviously heard one of your stories. All right, guys, good morning. Wrangler here. And in honor of JJ and his victory last night, I figured that we would look at one of Dumbwaiter's priceless stories and him tell us why he ran like a bitch for 25 years nearly.
You lied about the orange jumpsuit. Well, guess what? That one is being proven too, because it has been stated by the government officials at this point that I, in fact, have 42 days that was served, just like I thought you all. I'd served 42 days. The reason I can't show you guys exactly what happened is because the clerks won't give us the whole fucking record. We don't know what happened.
Wrong.
They're also saying that I was convicted of beating women. Not true. There was an accusation. There was an accusation from a woman saying that I beat a woman, but that's not what happened. It's not what
Want to bet?
happened at all. There was a woman that got involved and did get caught the back of my arm. I call it hitting. So I don't deny that was wrong. Okay. I'm the one who said, take me to jail. I feel bad for that happening. But she got involved in a fucking fight while she was cheating on me.
Okay, so now you're trying to justify the fact that you, what'd you say, back-armed a woman because she cheated on you. Well, here's my thing, Chris. You ever notice how there's a lot of women cheat on you? Do you know why? Yeah, maybe if you did your job and you know what your job is, well, you don't know what your job is. But if you were taking care of business, they wouldn't be leaving the house to look for it, would they? And by the way, stop with this throwing yourself up on the cross shit, man, because it's really getting old. All right. Why don't we watch a video of him crying?
Him, he was on page 12.
He was just with her.
Okay.
He mothered
I just
his.
wanted to do them both together, so I got them both at the same time.
Okay.
Michael O'Daniel. Michael O'Daniel. I was just interested in pre-trialing them together because Michael O'Daniel. This warrant to be served on March 26th, Jackson County Sheriff. Summons. Christopher Reiter.
How much of a bond you want to?
Okay. They'll interview him and then they change it. Christopher Reiter. And you live 35 Chester Lane, Brandenburg. And date of birth October the 2nd of 77. Charged of assault in the 4th degree. How do you wish to plead on the charges.
Can I ask what will happen if I plead guilty today?
I really don't know.
Judge, they have a domestic violence hearing next Wednesday at 1.
On the 14th. I've signed that. I'll also put a new PO out. I'll also put a new PO out. I'll also put a new PO out.
Okay.
You see that now?
And I wanted to also say you had given me I can't. You said that I could go home and get my stuff with the sheriff. The sheriff took me over there. She changed the locks. I don't have any clothes. I mean, I've just been trying to live it as it goes, and it's really rough right now without being able to go to my house.
I understand. And I don't know what happened, but according to her, you held a gun to her head in the argument.
Not very chivalrous, Chris. You shouldn't have done that.
It looks like he a big fat liar, don't he? That pumpkin-headed bastard. He just sitting there saying he ain't hitting no women. Yeah, it's coming out right there in court. There's the video. That's court video. Yeah, he got found guilty too. 2 different states.
I wish I had time to explain to you exactly how it goes.
We'll just enter not guilty plea. I'll set it for a pretrial conference for 1 o'clock next week, the 14th. That's the same time we got a domestic violence hearing anyway.
Exactly. Unheard
Okay.
from me.
And you're on bond. No contact communication with her. Stay 500 feet away from her. No alcohol. No public offense. And we need to also add no weapons. Okay.
No, I don't have any weapons. Sir, is there any way that someone could try to attempt to go to my house with me again so I can get some clothes anyway? Phone numbers, things like that. I don't have anything because, I mean, that's my house.
Well, usually when we have a domestic violence and the police remove them and say don't go back and they're chomping at the bit to go back, I will really want to put them in the jail until the meantime because you don't have an absolute right to go back.
I just feel like, since I
understand that, but between the bond and now and the domestic violence, you've been told no about 4 times.
No means no.
No.
Now, is there any part of no we don't understand, or I need to let you have a seat over here?
I've been
You're really making me nervous that you're going to walk out of the courtroom and go back anyway.
No,
because
sir, I won't.
because you want to stand on your rights.
I'm sure I won't. And I was allowed to go back. It was that she had changed the locks, and at that time I couldn't get my stuff.
I don't remember allowing you to go back. I thought we told someone to go for you. If you went back, you need to have a seat. Have a seat over here. We need $2,500 cash bond. No contact. Have a seat.
Oh,
because I don't think I told you could go back. I told you to send somebody to get the clothes. You went to the door. You have a seat.
You got dismissed last week.
Judge, Mr. Reiter, who went back to the jail, $2,500 cash bond. Mike, I just blanked out on Mike's last name, with the sheriff's department, did go out with him. He's not real smart. He's nervous. I did not go back and visit him yet, but I did confirm that the sheriff's department did go out. Doors were locked. They left.
You heard that? She said he's not real smart.
He's just real pushy.
How about, do you want, I'll go talk to him and find out if he needs a court lawyer, but you might want to talk to him at the end of the day.
Would he qualify for correspondent lawyer? Don't go back down there. Let Mr. Scott help you take care of that or whatever. Don't.
Yes, sir.
He has signed it. He's initialed it from this date.
All right.
You're done.
I love it. She said herself, he's not real smart. He's definitely not the smartest peanut in a turd, my God.
Okay.
All right, Chris. Another one of your bullshit lies debunked and shattered. Next.
Okay. And I ain't trying to blast her. I know that's all them trying to drag her into it. It's been 30 fucking years, 20, 25 years ago or whatever. But
Regardless of how many years it's been, Chris, I'm sure she hasn't forgotten the evil, savage, horrible things you did to her, all because you couldn't get it up.
that is not what I was arrested for. I was not arrested for domestic violence. I was arrested for assault and battery minor, a fourth degree, which is a misdemeanor. And I get made fun of for not saying that word right, but I don't know how. Misdemeanor.
Misdemeanor. Misdemeanor. There's only one R. It's at the very end of the word. Hey, why don't you, I don't know, learn how to spell?
But
Hey, say pumpkin head.
the charge was that, and that is what I pled guilty to. There was no plea bargaining, nothing like that. Now, in the meantime, she tried to press charges on me, but it was dismissed because the accusation wasn't true. She tried to say that there was a domestic, but there wasn't. It was dismissed. So that part I do know. And I do recall spending a whole month in the jail, and I think it was a mistake on the judge's part, and that's probably why they're hiding it. And the video that they did give us doesn't cover it, so it's fucking confusing, even for me, especially for me. It's my case, and I don't know what the fuck happened. And I wasn't even trying to look into that case. That's all just water under the bridge. It was just a misdemeanor. I spent some jail time back when I was 20 years old, 21, something like that. I think 20 years old. And I've always admitted everything on my record. I have 2 misdemeanors.
Well, let's see here. One, yeah, I don't think a dude's name was Angela. We blocked out her last name. And I don't believe you would have had to go to Dr. Katz's domestic violence program unless you had pled guilty to domestic violence. Is that the reason that you were on probation and supposed to stay sober? I guess you failed that one. All right, swing and a miss, strike 2 for you today, dumbwaiter.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just clean the air out again. I've done this before. I'll do it again. In Indiana, I got another assault charge where
Yeah, you'll just keep lying and lying and lying. Try to get people to believe you, huh?
a girl wanted to take my car when I came home to find her. Me and my roommate was a cop at the time, by the way. My roommate and I came home from a fishing trip that we were doing together to our house where we were roommates, and a girl that I had been banging went to the house, used the spare key, and was using the house. And her and I were not a couple. We were not a fucking couple. She had no permission to be at my house. My roommate and I were both pissed off about it. Like, this woman needs to get out of here. One of her kids even shit in the floor.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen. Not.
No, that was you, but you were too drunk to remember it.
The living room, shit in our floor. So I called the police on her, and this bitch tries to steal my car to leave because she got dropped off by somebody. So she's trying to take my car. I'm trying to get my keys back. I'm waiting on the cops to get there. Cops show up. Well, the first person showed up was her boyfriend. So that ended up being, he said that I fought him, but I didn't. And, I ended up pleading guilty to like a very minor charge on that. But I just didn't know the legal system. I just wanted out of it.
Dumbwaiter, you still don't know the legal system. And next, you pled guilty to what you did to that woman. I don't think that if you and her boyfriend had got into a fight, you would have had to go to Dr. Katz's domestic violence class because that's what you pled guilty to.
So I think I didn't even spend the night in jail. It was just literally booked in, booked out. And then the judge agreed to do like anger management is what it was. Anger management. So
fail.
A lot of people are saying that it was a domestic violence that I took. It was anger management. It was only a couple weeks, and that was it. That was what I took. And now that one was a plea. So anyway, then they're saying that I robbed a little old lady through my business and committed fraud.
Not us. the state of Indiana. Here, I'll show you. And what you see right here is order granting motion to dismiss. Now, on the surface, it may seem like that this is a good thing for him, that he's won. Well, what this is, by the way, this is a felony charge. He was indicted, meaning his case went in front of a grand jury and he received a true bill. So basically, he made, or his lawyer made, a deal and order granting motion to dismiss. Parties appear and state moves to dismiss charges. Bond is ordered released to the prosecutor's office for repayment of restitution to the victim, meaning he basically paid $5,000 cash and the case went away. Swing, strike 3, you're out.
No.
Yeah.
There was a man who owned a farm who claimed through his insurance company. I'm a contractor. I used to do residential. I get a call from an insurance company saying that they had a client who owned a farm that had multiple buildings with roofs that had hail damage and tornado damage. A tornado had just came through the area. But when I went to where this house was, it was not in the line of the tornado, and I could not find very much or any current hail damage. So I contacted the insurance company and said to them, you all might want to send an adjuster to look at this because I'm not seeing the damage that would replace this roof, and I don't want you guys to pay for it if you don't think that this is current damage that's insurable or whatever. So
what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Well, I think you guys have probably heard enough of his bullshit for one day. And here's another thing, kids, is that the insurance company would not have paid him directly on a homeowner's claim. Next, even if they did, remember, he doesn't have a license. He doesn't have a business license in the state of Indiana, the state of Commonwealth of Kentucky. He's not a licensed contractor. He's not a licensed anything. Think about that for just a minute before you put any heed whatsoever into this bullshit that he's geeked up on something and spinning. This is actually kind of sad at this point, but you know what? Because I am very close and have made great friends and family with his victims, I can tell you right now, I ain't even got on your ass yet. Anyway, guys, it's Wrangler. I'm out of here. I love y'all. Have a good one.
There you go. That's how dumb waiter rolls there. He just tells lie after lie. Then when you think he run out of lies, he comes up with another one. Go figure. All righty. Hope you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Smash that bell. Get notifications. And we'll see you in a few.